morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world. This is Tyrus Bane. Welcome to the definition of anarchy. Where today, I'm going to be... Oh, okay. Run that red light, pimpin'. I'm going to be talking about how I believe Mighty Mouse is part of the LMNOP community. So,
in half of a mile,
last night,
onto I-110 South.
Last night, Mighty Mouse did one of his little drunken live streams while he was on the Strip in Vegas. And yeah, man, he was getting mad about how people were still on his head about being a chomo, talking about they some bitches, the same old shit. They won't come fight me, all this, that, and the third, just some silly shit, right? Just running around, big and bad because people are dapping him up. They think he's they saw him on YouTube. Hey man, aren't you that YouTube guy? And then, of course, every time this happens, it emboldens him to talk more shit, right? And I think it's interesting because these people that are seeing him on the Strip, they're like, oh, don't I know you from YouTube? They obviously don't know about his charges because they wouldn't be like, hey, aren't you that guy on YouTube? Because obviously they don't watch enough of him to know what's really going on. They're not seeing all the shit that he's been accused of, or that he actually, pled guilty to, right? So that just lets me know he thinks people are okay with it, but they're really not, because they don't really know what the hell he did. But anyway, the thing is, what has me convinced that he's part of the LMNOP community is that every 2 seconds, he was inviting men to his penis. And, it's just, he gets very descriptive
approaching
about...
a railroad crossing.
Wow, shit. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. He gets very descriptive and graphic about how, how he wants people to suck his penis and all this other shit. Like grown men. He wants men to suck his penis really badly. And, I think he's part of the LMNOP community, y'all. I think that deep down inside, he's ready to come out with his pom-poms and, line men up in a row on their knees and put his member in each and one of their mouths, man. I think he's part of the LMNOP community. And, he should probably just come out of the closet, right? Because every time he gets drunk, this is what happens. It's always about his penis. It's always about that. You know what I'm saying? It's all like when you confront him about what he did, if you ask him questions, it's always, when he's sober, he's like, oh, you won't come fight me? Come to the gym. You know what I'm saying? You won't see me in a head up fade, all this other bullshit, right? But when he's drunk, it becomes all about his what does the real life no gimmicks call it? His angry itch. And he really wants real life no gimmicks to give him some head. He really does, man. And he's even inviting people to other people's penises in that live stream, right? Like, what's up with that, man? I've never gotten so mad at a dude that I wanted him to suck my penis. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never been like, hey, man, you pissing me off, dude. What you want to do? Man, come suck my dick, nigga. Come suck my dick. Fuck you and suck my dick. I ain't never had the urge to tell a grown-ass man to suck my dick for no reason whatsoever. I have never, ever invited a man to my penis, ever in my life. I've never said I want to stick my fingers up people's ass. That's another YouTuber that says that. I mean, what's up with this, man? What's up with this? Just come out the closet. If he comes out the closet, he'll probably get a lot more supporters. You know what I'm saying? He'll get the LMNOP community on his side, right? He'll get the LMNOP community on his side, and he'll have that many more supporters. You know what I'm saying? That's just a strategy I'm putting to you, Mighty Mouse. You know, they already want to merge LMNOP and NAMBLA together. So you cover both gambits. Well, not NAMBLA. That's the national something of man boy lovers. Well, he might love, I don't know, man. We already know he's willing to, you know, age ain't number the number to him, right? You know what I'm saying? He already know. We already know how he get down.
Onto South Willowbrook
So
Avenue.
I was very afraid for that little boy that he went up to in his live stream. You know what I'm saying? And he said some weird shit. I don't know what he was talking about. We about to get juicy in the juice or some shit like that. Oh man, we about to get juicy in the juice and the sprucey and the goosey. And I'm like, what are you talking? Leave that little boy alone, man. Keep it pushing, man. Leave people's children a fucking alone. I was like, man, what the fuck? Yo, what was he saying? Man, I got the juicy in the juice. We about to go juice the juicy juice. Like, what are you talking about, man?
Next right.
What are you talking about? We about to juice the juicy juice. Like, what the fuck is that? No wonder you want to just fight men, right? That call you off for being a chomo. Because, you know, and that's why you don't just want to box them. You want to wrestle them and shit. You want to get between their legs and grab them and all this other stuff. You want to pull a Israel Adesanya on them bitches, don't you? You want to get linked up against the cage so you can lean over and pinch his booty, huh? Did y'all see that in that Israel Adesanya fight when he was fighting Vitaly or whatever his name is? Dude had a pin against the cage, and for some reason, Israel reaches over, passes but ass, and proceeds to squeeze it. I don't understand what that. I don't know what's going on, man. Like, as tough as Israel is, like, I don't understand why he had to do that. I'm very confused. Can somebody tell me? Why he would digress? Leave that little boy. Leave other people's children alone, Mighty Mouse. Leave other people's children alone. Why are you running up to little children on the strip? Leave people's kids alone and keep it pushing. And what's up with the dude that black dude that was with him? What's up with that, man? I'm gonna tell you what's up with that and why he might have this and that supporter. The dude was like, oh man, I was homeless when I met Mouse and he got me off the street. Some shit like that. He has a good heart. Well, you know who does good shit, right? You know who's philanthropic, however the fuck you say that shit. Philanthropic? Bill Gates, right? There's a lot of people out there that do charitable things that also do horrible things. It's a fucking cover. Oh, we do community resolutions. Like, it's always about that, man. You won't come fight me and I do community revolutions and now suck my dick. That he might as well just say that every time somebody come at him about this shit. Suck my dick, man. I do community resolutions, but you won't come fight me at my gym. Oh, I went to Pittsburgh and we had the fight going on. A lot of people showed up. Guess how many people was bumping their gums? 0. Ain't nobody going to motherfucking Pittsburgh, man. What's in Pittsburgh? I was in Pittsburgh when I was 12 years old. It's not Philly, right? He acting like Pittsburgh is Philly or some shit. Pittsburgh is Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is like ruled in a motherfucker. I remember going to Pittsburgh when I was 12 years old. That shit was hickey than a motherfucker, man. You acting like Pittsburgh is something like Mecca or some shit of tough guys. No. Mecca's Mecca. Pittsburgh is not known to be a Mecca or nothing, man. Who is gonna go to Pittsburgh? Hey, who wants to fly to Pittsburgh, man? Who wants to fly to Pittsburgh and go chase Mighty Mouse down and go fight him in the gym? Nobody to the fucking body. No to the body, okay? No one wants to go to Pittsburgh. No one wants to go to Denton, Texas. No one wants to go to Beaufort. Where are these places at? Where are these places? No one wants to go to Culver City Park. at Polywalk Park where the white folks, the uppity white folks is, and the cops is around the corner. No one wants to do that. Stop trying to set people up to get locked up. And stop trying to set your people up to get caught up in your bullshit where you calling motherfuckers bitches and shit like that. Oh, you mad because I'm a child molester? Well, you a bitch. You a bitch. You won't come fight me. Yeah, come fight me. Yeah, get all this other shit. Like, miss me with the bullshit, man. And just come out with it, dude. Just come out with it. You want to put your penis in dudes' mouths. That's what you want to do. Oh, suck my dick. And then you acting like you funny. Suck my dick. Like, with the motherfucking, like, come on, man. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I usually don't. Y'all know I don't really roast people like that. You know, I don't go into the ad hominems and all this other shit. But man, I can't help it. I can't help it, you know, because it's just like you're exposing yourself for who you are. Go ahead, keep getting drunk, man. That's what I want to see. Keep getting drunk, keep going to the strip, but leave them kids alone. Let them kids go on by. Just leave them out of it. Out of it. Don't tell them nothing about no juicy juice, and we about to go get the sprucey juice. And he don't know nothing about that. He don't need nothing about that. Drunk people should not be around kids. Point blank and period. If you're drinking and you got kids at home, send their ass to bed. Send them to bed, or have them spend the night at their auntie or their uncle house or something like that. But you should not be getting drunk around your kids or anybody else's kids, not because you might end up doing something to them, but because you acting a damn fool. You're an ass. You know what I'm saying? You're acting an ass, and your children shouldn't see that. Right? You know, you want your children to be exposed to shit, to the realities of the world, but you don't need them to see you. Especially, you know what? I'm a happy drunk, right? When I get drunk, I'm happy. I like to have fun. I like to dance with girls and you know, all that good shit. That's what I like to do. I like to dance with chicks. That when I get drunk, I like to talk shit. I'm a happy drunk. I still have my faculties about me. I've gotten so drunk to the point where I passed out, right? This is the only time I passed out when I was getting drunk. I was in the Army, and we went to, I think it was a Mayweather, who was he fighting? It wasn't, before that. Mayweather was fighting, I forgot who he was fighting, but it was one of his earlier fights. Well, not his earlier fights, you know what I mean. I was in the Army. I went to one of his fights. Man, I drank a fifth of vodka to the neck. I took it to the neck, no chaser, no mixer, and I smoked a blunt. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I didn't really have to worry about random drug tests, man. We got randoms like once every year. I only got randomed one time while I was in the Army. But anyway, got drunk as shit, smoked a blunt. Man, we went back to, and apparently, you know, the On Post Club. And apparently I took some chick to the car and like banged her out in the back seat. We went to the car. Man, I banged her out in the back seat and all that shit. And then I passed out. But I knew everything that happened, right? Some people, man, they get drunk. Some people should not get drunk, period, right? Because they just act, it's something about some people getting drunk that turns them into nincompoops or monsters, right? Turns them into idiots. Like, they're already idiots, right? But it kind of like, it blows up their idiocy, right? It's just, that's what it does. Mouse is one of them people, man. Some people like that should not be getting drunk around kids, especially because he has no,
proceed about 7/10 of a
he has no like sense of borders, right? He has no sense of like, okay, I'm going too far. He'll act belligerent. He'll act, you know, all this cussing, inviting dudes to his penis. Kids are around. It doesn't even matter. He has no sense of restraint when he's drunk. And that's the problem when you got kids around. You know what I'm saying? No restraint. Talking all the shit, you know, expressing his gay fantasies, all this, whatever it is he's doing. He shouldn't, like, come on, man. You need to go back and watch your live streams when you getting drunk.
In half of a mile,
And just
right
see
turn,
how
South Long Beach Boulevard.
retarded you are, bro. Just go back and watch that. Watch your fucking videos when you're drunk as shit and you're behaving like an idiot. And see if that's a good look for somebody who is part of community resolutions. You're supposed to be this. You're supposed to be championing, nonviolent, shit, and you're supposed to be like, community resolution, like you said. You're supposed to be about stopping the violence,
right turn,
all this other shit that's involved with that. But when you're challenged, that's all you do is act out in violence, right? That's all you do. You wanna fight people, and then you call people who
Proceed
shoot
about 4
people.
miles
You call them
to
cowards and
East
all that other
Carson
shit, right?
Street.
Oh, but it doesn't matter if it doesn't matter if a man is a coward that pulls the trigger. If he pulls the trigger at you and kills your ass, does it matter if he's a fucking coward or not? Does it matter? Oh, you a bitch. If you want to shoot guns, you a bitch. That's irrelevant if a motherfucker shoot at you and you're dead, right? If you just gotta watch that, man. Do I think it's more ballsy to fight somebody you have beef with than to shoot them? Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. I think you're more courageous. You have a lot more sense, and you can live to fight another day if you just pick up your fist instead of a gun, no doubt. But you have to understand the mentality of these cats, these youngsters out here that do pull the trigger, right? And you're trying to go into these communities and get them to put the guns down. But when you're drunk on a live stream, you're telling them that they're pussies. You're telling them that they bitches. Oh, you a bitch. If you pull the trigger, you a bitch. If you shoot a gun, anybody that can shoot a gun, my 5-year-old can do that. You're saying that, but you want them to put the guns down. That's not how you do it, right? If you were really about that life, about the guns down, gloves up movement, then that's not how you would approach it, right? Because you have to encounter these people, and then these people are going to find out who you are. They're probably going to check you out, do a little bit of investigation, background checking, and they're going to see you talking all that shit. And they don't care. They don't care what you think. They don't care about a fight. They don't want to fight. It doesn't matter if you call them a pussy for not wanting to fight. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to shoot your ass anyway. You think it's going to stop them? You think your words are going to stop a bullet? You think your fists are going to stop a bullet that's heading in your direction? Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. So, I mean, it's fine. You keep talking that shit. You're in your little safe haven in Vegas, I guess. Vegas, they're very lax with their sexual predator laws. I don't know if he registered yet, but he, listen, man. Listen, I haven't seen him not one time do a video for Guns Down, Gloves Up in Vegas yet. He had been talking about it. He'd been talking about going into the hoods and doing that, but he has yet to do it. I have yet to see him do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's some tough places in Vegas, but it's kind of the same as in LA. You have to check in. You have to tap in. You have to have access. You got to be given access to people. I don't think you can get that, man. Real shit. Exactly, old head deuce. Samuel Jackson was talking all that shit. Wait, no, not Samuel Jackson. The other guy that was talking all that shit to Samuel Jackson. The motherfucker just pulled a gun out. All that yipping and yapping didn't help. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, telling somebody they're a pussy for wanting to shoot at you might make them more inclined to shoot your ass. All right, fuck it. It doesn't matter. You think I'm a pussy anyway? I'm gonna blast your ass. You got, like, come on, man. Be smarter about that shit. I'm not just talking about Mighty Mouse. I'm talking about anybody that call themselves wanting to help the community, want to help the gang stop the violence. If you're really about that life, you have to reach them on a different level. You have to meet them where they are. You can't come in there acting like you better than them because you're this MMA fighter. Oh, I'm a big bad MMA fighter, and you can't whoop my ass. Like, you can't go in there like you better than them. You have to understand where they come from. You have to understand how they were brought up. You have to understand what drug them into that situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you acting like you know better than them. Real shit. You're no better than those gang members that you sit up here and talk shit about, but at the same time you talking about you want to help them. You know better than Milk 74, right? Who you say is whatever you say he is. You know better than anybody you talk shit about. Because with certain shit can't be resolved with a fight, bro. Right? If somebody fights you because they know you're a child molester and they don't like that shit, and they're calling you out and they're exposing you, and they're calling gyms, they're calling this place, they're calling that place, they're telling this person, that person, right? They're exposing you because that's what needs to happen. You need to be exposed. If your solution is, oh, well, come fight me, oh, you won't beat my ass, then that's not how it works. That's not how it works. You're not even willing to act like, you don't even want to pretend like you're remorseful. You know what I'm saying? You don't even want to pretend like you're remorseful. So, like, what? And yet you continue to say the same shit over and over again. No one who dislikes you, no one who wants to expose you for being a child molester is going to go to your gym, put on some fucking gloves, or bare knuckle, whatever you said you could do. Bare knuckle, Queensberry rules, knives, bats. Oh, bring your guns, bring your whole crew. Like, no one is going to go up there to fight you. That's for damn sure. No one who has a problem with you being a child molester, right? No one on that level. No one.
Half of a mile,
they're not going to go fight you, bro.
Onto East Carson Street.
They'll pull up.
2
right?
miles ahead.
So somebody might pull up on you one day, but it ain't gonna be the fight. It ain't gonna be the fight. You know what I'm saying? And this, you ain't a Marvel movie character. You're not gonna kick a bullet away from you, or it's just not gonna happen, bro. I'm not calling for that. I'm not calling for that to happen, but I mean, this is what happens to people, man.
Slight left turn ahead.
This is what happens to people that act like you. This is what happens. I mean, shit comes to an end. You know what I'm saying?
About 1 mile to East Wardlow Road. 1 mile ahead on the road.
It's just karma, man.
Traffic.
Real shit. Shit happens. You talking about other people getting karma. Oh, y'all about to get y'all karma. Like, this is how delusional and narcissistic he is. He thinks karma applies to everybody but him. He thinks that retribution and justice happens to everybody but him. Because I tell you what, man, justice was not met
in half of a mile left
when he got caught for being a child molester. Justice was not met because he's still ripping and running the streets like he did big and bad. And he thinks that he's done with it. He thinks he's washed his hands of it. He thinks that he has nothing to answer for anymore. Well, why do you still have something to answer for? Because you fucking lied, bro. You lied about it. People called you out. You know what I'm saying? People were like, "Oh man, he has a sex offender charge. He's a registered sex offender." And then you're with Street Beefs, and you sit up there and lie to the world, lie to all Scarface subscribers.
Next
you know what I'm saying?
And then right turn.
And you lie about the circumstances. You lie about the age. You lie about the circumstances. You lie about the age. With the help or without the help of Scarface, you know what I'm saying? More is coming out that's convincing me that Scarface did know about it and that he did help him cover it up. I can't say that definitively. That's alleged. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that definitively. I always like to give people the benefit of the doubt. I would like to talk to Scarface about it, but it's probably not going to happen because when people do confront him, he just delete their comments. You know what I'm saying? And he
turn ahead and then keep right onto I-405.
He has the same response, similar response to Mighty Mouse, man. So it's like if he was involved in covering it up, well, guess what? Retribution will come to him too. In whatever form it has to. Whatever form it has to come to him, it will. That's just how it works.
In 0.3 miles, keep right onto.
But this is somebody who thinks
south.
that everybody has to pay the consequences for their actions but him. This is the type of cat he is. You know what I'm saying? He thinks he can tell everybody, "Oh, you a bitch, you a pussy." You know what I'm saying? If you want to come fight me and you got a problem with me, you're a pussy. You know, if to suck my dick, all this bullshit, all this gay shit.
Keep right onto I-405 south.
He really thinks
keep left.
that's going to help him. He really thinks that's going to help him. He's a narcissist.
In 0.5 mile, keep left.
He really thinks that saying those things, telling people all that shit, responding in that way is going to help him get out of this. It's not. Hell, even driving your little truck, right? Okay, you want to get back in the tractor trailer. Good. Leave the movement alone. Let other people take it up. He wants to get back in the tractor trailer. Even if he does that,
keep left.
It's still gonna catch up to you. Because what you did was so evil. It's a level of evil that cannot be surpassed by many things. What you do to children, doing shit to children,
on the right.
Shit. Doing that to a child, what you did to that 14-year-old girl, what you did to her mother, that is one of the most evil things that you can do on this planet. And you will answer for it. No matter what you say, no matter how many people support you, no matter how many times you tell people to suck your dick, no matter how many times you tell them to fight you, no matter even if somebody does show up to fight you, they could beat the ever living shit out of you, break your jaw, break your fucking kneecap, crack a rib and puncture a lung, and you still would not. You still listen. All that can happen to you. Somebody can come fight you for being a child molester, and they could bust all your shit. But that's not going to erase what you did, because that's not enough. That's not enough punishment. That's not enough. You think that's it? Oh, well, come fight me, and then if I beat your ass, then so what's the deal? What's going to be the terms? If I beat you, then it's okay for me to be a child molester? And if you beat me, then it's not okay for me to, but I don't, what is that supposed to solve? Because if that person agrees to those terms and says, okay, if you beat my ass, it's okay to be a child molester. It's still not gonna be okay to be a child molester. So what's fighting you going to resolve? What's following you around the world or waiting for you to come to my city to confront you and fight you? What is that going to solve? Not a damn thing. There's only one way to solve that problem, my friend. Y'all know how I feel about it. Y'all know how I feel about what should happen to people who hurt children. He committed a DUI. Interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like what? Y'all know how I feel about it. I don't even need them, because guess what? The longer you keep, I don't even need them to be tortured. The longer you keep somebody alive, right, that's done something like that, and you keep them locked up and all this other shit, you got to feed them, you got to clothe them, you got to pay their medical bills. Like, you got to, even if you could torture them, but you still have to spend time and energy that is better spent somewhere else on them. No. You know how I feel about it.
In half of a mile, traffic circle ahead, and then
what should happen to somebody that hurts children, that abuses children in that manner? Well, what's the price of a 9mm round right now? Just one well-placed 9mm. You know what? And it doesn't even have to be an instant death. You can do it to where they bleed out and they suffer a little bit for maybe like 4 or 5 minutes. Maybe like a gut shot to the liver or something like that, or into the lung, collapse their lung, let them choke on their own blood. I'm okay with that, because it takes about 3 minutes at the most, but they'll suffer greatly for those 3 minutes. So I'm okay with that. It doesn't have to be a headshot. It could be a gut shot. Hell, it could be a femoral artery shot. But I don't think that's painful enough. No, it has to be more painful than that. I think a collapsed lung is perfect. That's what I think. Collapse that lung. You know what I'm saying? Collapse that lung. Oh man, drowning their own blood. I hear that drowning is one of the most painful ways to die. So, that's how I feel about it. That's just real shit. I'm just be real about it. But they don't need to be alive for very long. If and that's just the reality of it. Y'all know me. I'm an anarchist at heart. But just because I'm an anarchist doesn't mean that I'm okay with people doing whatever they want to children or other people. No, he needs to suffer. Let me see. I'm stopped a little bit. Marcy T in the building. Gusto Tazo was good. Michael Swanson was good in the building. Old Head Deuce Robert was good. You know what I mean? Nancy Popkins, 10 stabs with an ice pick. Yeah. Yeah, and then you can reuse the ice pick. Good point. You can reuse that ice pick. Leave it bloody. Leave the blood on it. Let it crust on there. So that every time you catch a child predator, 0.4 of a mile, right? And but see, it has to be proven beyond a shadow of a doubt. You can't have any doubts that they did it, right? I also believe it's innocent till proven guilty. Now, you take that ice pick, that's a good idea. You can use that same ice pick, no matter how dull it gets, no matter how much blood gets encrusted on it. You don't gotta clean it. Just stab them with that bloody, crusted motherfucking ice pick. Yeah, good. I like that. Even cheaper than a bullet, because you use the bullet once, you can't use it again. But you can reuse that ice pick. I like that one. Good job. What's your name again? Nancy Popkins. I like that one. Yeah. That's what. Oh, and you know what? Tie him to a tree. No, this is what you do. I got one. Now, this is part of my fiction novel, you know. So this is what you do to child predators, right? You tie them to a tree, right? You tie them to a tree, de-pants them, pour honey all over them, pour honey, right? And then you stab them in strategic spots with the ice pick. You pour gasoline on them, right? No. What do y'all think is better? You pour gasoline on them after you stab them up a few times, stab them in the lungs a few times, and then do you pour honey on them and release the bees? Or do you pour gasoline on them and set them on fire? Which one y'all think? Sorry, Marcy T. That's how I feel about child predators. That's the honest to God truth. And all this is pretty cheap, right? So what do y'all think? Bees or fire? You know, I don't know how aggressive the bees will be. Maybe hornets. What do you think about hornets? Or a bear? Pour some honey on that motherfucker and let a bear loose on him. Stab them in the lungs. Tie them to a tree, stab them in the lungs. Pour honey all over their stomach and let the bear go to town on their guts. Because, you know, that's not an insta-kill either. You know, it'll be very painful. The bear will eviscerate them, you know what I'm saying, and start eating his organs while he's alive. What do y'all think about that?
Channel Drive.
I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds sick and deviant. But we're talking about a child predator. That's what we're talking about. So just put that in your mind. I know it sounds crazy. Ooh, that sounds cringy, right? But no. It's a child molester. It's a child mutilator. It's a child rapist, right? I think yesterday Queen's Throne did a video on what's that guy in Florida? If Miss Ray is, I think Miss Ray wasn't here. Miss Ray, what's his name? Observant Steph, you were there in the live stream yesterday, right? What's that dude's name from Florida that killed that 9-year-old girl after raping her? Forgot his name. But that type of cat. You do that to that type of cat. Because why do you do it? Because they will not change. Their predatory behavior does not change. They can't figure it out. Like they tried to, you know, they can't be rehabilitated. You know what I'm saying? They can't be rehabilitated. So the best that you can do to these people, the slower the better, but we can't spend any money on them, right? However long they can stay alive while you're, you know, destroying them. However long they can stay alive, but we don't have to pay. Yeah, I'll roll with that. Yeah, they can suffer, but we can't be spending money on them for them to suffer because they're not worth that. And then that will require the taxpayer the taxpayer should not foot the bill for any child predator at all, period.
Left turn ahead.
I think that this should even happen.
Left turn.
Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. This shouldn't just happen to like child molesters and child rapists, but also to cats who rape grown men and women. That's pure violation. What do y'all think about that? Should they be included in that? Grown men and women, if you rape anybody, you know what I'm saying, without their will and against their will and without their consent. But not only that, but if you are a gang member or something, not even just a gang member, if you shooting bullets, you know, indiscriminately because you see your enemy on the corner and all that other shit, and you ain't got no regard for human life, and you hit a child with a straight bullet, I think they should suffer the same way. What do y'all think? You know what I'm saying? Hey, we got to be real clear about protecting the children. We have to protect the children to the utmost degree.
Left turn ahead, and then your
you know what I'm saying?
Destination is ahead on the
I
right.
feel like any person that would harm a child. Just well, not, if you smack your kid in the, you spank your child because they're acting unruly. That's, that, of course, I don't want to take it there, but, just abusing them to the point where they have lacerations and bruises and, you know what I'm saying, they're mentally fucked up because they're afraid of you. And, you just, like, children are very fragile creatures, man. They're very fragile, and they need to be treated with respect. They need to be treated with the delicacy they deserve, man. At the same time, you raise them, you raise them stern. You know what I'm saying? You can be tough on them because you don't want them to be weak. You want them to be, deal with the realities of the world. You don't want them to be sheltered, but at the same time, you don't have to be a dickhead to your child for that to happen. You don't have to have your child living in fear and going to school with bruises and, can't walk right, broken bones, fractured bones and shit that, they don't get to go to the hospital for because the parent don't want to get in trouble so that it doesn't heal right. That's the type of shit that deserves, where the parent deserves to suffer the same fate as a child molester. Because they're children. They don't have the same level of strength as an adult. It can't do it. They need to be protected at all costs by us, by adults. But I'm gonna read a couple comments and I gotta get out of here. What's up, Crazy Chaos? Starving them to death is free. You're absolutely right, but you still have to house them. So I say, you dig a pit. We dig a pit. Now this pit, once you dig it, you can reuse it. So you have to be industrious about it. So you dig a pit, you encase it in cement. You make sure you lock it down real nice and tight. Yeah, you can leave them starving down there. But see, then you got to clean them up. But you got to do that when they die anyway. So yeah, that's fine. Put them in a pit and let them starve to death. That's another good one. Starve and without water. You're absolutely right. That's a good way to do it. That'll save a lot of money. The way they're doing it now, because they don't want to treat people inhumane. But what about that inhumane shit you did to that child? Why do people who do inhumane shit to children deserve any humanity? Help me understand that. All right, I gotta get ready to get out of here. Mustafa Salah says, great ideas are always, you and I don't always agree. However, I love your ideas and how they are manifesting. No problem, man. I don't need to agree with everybody all the time. I like dissent. Keep it coming. Crazy Chaos says, I hope y'all seen he threatened me with bodily harm on live. When did he do that? Was that last night's live? When he was drunk as shit? He did mention your name. He did say Crazy Chaos and no gimmicks. He did mention you guys' name. I remember that. But he invited no gimmicks to his penis. So I think he has a crush on real life no gimmicks. Real shit. Hold on. Let's see. Chain him up with concrete bricks, dump him in the ocean. Good one, Minor Mouse K. Anarchy up in here. What's up, Anarchy? Mustard gas. That's painful. But see mustard gas costs money. Anyway, much love, guys. I gotta get out of here. Holla at y'all later. Like, share, subscribe. Just check out that live stream last night, man. His ticket to the LMNOP community is showing. So, y'all check that out. It's pretty crazy, pretty wild. Like, share, subscribe. And you know what? The people in this comment section egging him on, especially his moderators, man, his moderators really ain't got his back because they're encouraging him to act like a damn fool on them live streams. So, I don't know, man. Mouse, you might want to check on that. If your people ain't checking you when you out of pocket, they're not really your people. They're not really your people. They took it down. I'm sure they did. Because he was acting the damn fool. And the people in your comment section, Mighty Mouse, egging you on to do that silly shit, you might want to check on that. You might want to be like, y'all really my friend? Because y'all sat up there and let me act a damn fool. Especially that black dude that said you helped him stop being homeless. Whatever. I don't give a hot fuck about that. You know, you still riding with a chomo. That makes you a chomo supporter. I don't give a fuck if he gave you $1 million. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, much love. Peace out. And yeah, holla at y'all later.